Okay, so I figured I'd do a video on my Corvo Attano Dishonored mask. So that's it. Pretty interesting. It started off like this, which is a mask you can find on eBay. It's just a rubber mask, and they labeled it as a Terminator / Dishonored mask. You can see like the red and yellow and blue wires everywhere, all over the mouth and the eyes. So it's like kind of the right idea, but not really. You can see, up here where it's supposed to be like kind of gold attachments, the little nuggets and things like that. But none of it was really right. Plastic in the middle where the nose is, all the way up to the top, through the mouth, under the chin. So kind of there, but not really. So what I ended up doing, sorry it's on my tablet, but didn't really pre-plan this. But I took the mask itself and cut out the eyes and the nose and the mouth. And you can see underneath as well as a plastic white mask, which I bought on eBay as well. Didn't quite make it all the way to the top. There's a gap up here. You can see I had to put some more plastic pieces in there to fill out the skull, but hard plastic mask, and I used a drill bit, cut out the nose so that the nose wouldn't be there, because obviously that would get in the way. The eyes I left alone. And then took that white mask and bought some burlap and covered it with a burlap sack and glued it on there using tacky glue and some Gorilla Glue. So it was a really hard shell afterwards. And you can see adding pieces to it here and there, adding the chin piece, and then eventually I took the mask and added some plastic pipes to give it some rigidity, super glue on the inside to kind of add some rigidity to it. That's the mask right there. I took you can see the red, blue, and green and white wires and all those things that were part of the Terminator mask. They've all been cut out, but the ones that were left there that you couldn't really cut out of the mask, I painted them gold to kind of match the rest of the mask as it's supposed to be. And then added by buying a pair of sunglasses, gold sunglasses, and chopping them up. A couple of cheap pairs from the Halloween costume store. These are the earpieces that would go on your ear to keep the glasses on. I chopped those up and punched those through the mask and bent them over. Used some pliers to lock them in place, and you can see over here I painted the rest of the gears gold, the top of the mask gold. I cut all of the middle section out of it. Oops. And eventually after that, added some red interior to the mask. Then I went to the hardware store and got a couple of different types of nuggets, a few gears, painted them gold with just some metallic spray paint, and got a bunch of really cool stuff, different types of nuggets and things like that. Use these for the eyes, which are just very, very thick metal washers that are like almost impossible to bend flat, but that's okay. You can see like in the eye piece, let's go over here, that's the same nugget that's in there, and if you look carefully you can see that little gear, this joint right here. This is actually the joint of the sunglasses that I bought. There we go. That was glued on to that piece right there so that it shows going into the back as if he was actually wearing the glasses and the mask. This middle piece right here is the same as that, spray painted gold, and then just placed in the middle like that. So this is the final mask. As you can see, it turned out pretty well. Let's see if we can focus here. So that's it. And once you have the burlap part done and the other mask, the underneath mask done, you put an extra piece of burlap over it to give it that flowy motion. But this is all hardened now and form-fitting to the mask. So it's very, very form-fitting. And the mask now has a lot of heft and weight to it. So, but this is a side. And also, I guess I should mention I took the, I guess I already did mention that, but these gears right here, for example, I haven't quite finished. They're going to go right here on the joint of the mask, just to kind of give it some extra metallic look to it. But yeah, it all worked out pretty well. All of this has been glued on pretty well, so none of it's coming off. All of it's very hard and not going to fall off. Super glued, Gorilla glued, tacky glued. But here's the other side view. That's the eyes. You see where I painted all of that gold. And then if you flip it over, that's the inside of the mask. And of course, you can actually see through it just fine. So, and you can see through the other eye fine too. Obviously, much smaller hole, but it still works. And that's it. That is how you take something craptastic like that and turn it into that. So there you go. Any questions? I guess put them in the comments and I'll see if I can get to them. Other than that, there you go. Corvo Attano Dishonored Mask.